Hey Canucks fans, welcome to Kempner Canucks. My name is RevTrev, and I'm so glad that you're here because today we're going to be talking about Brock Boeser, and specifically the Brock Boeser debacle. Now, did the Canucks completely collapse the Brock Boeser contract? What can we go moving forward? What are we going to do to replace Brock? Is there even a possibility that he could have a change of heart and he can land with the Vancouver Canucks? There's so much to talk about. We're going to dive into just the Brock Boeser conversation tonight. Tomorrow is going to be the live stream for 3 hours of Free Agent Frenzy. We'll get into that conversation tomorrow. But right now, we're going to be talking about Brock. So glad that you're here, that we can have this conversation. It's very interesting how Canuck fans are definitely here and upset. They're polarized on this conversation. Let's dive into it. I'm going to hit the promo, and then we're going to get into it. So tonight's big question is, did the Canucks completely collapse the Boeser contract? The answer is yes, they totally did. They totally did. But I think there's a bigger question that we want to ask tonight is, was the way the Boeser contract handled a massive failure, or was it actually a wise move? There are two sides to this story for sure. Now, as a Canuck fan, of course, I absolutely have loved having Brock Boeser on my team. On our team, I should say, not my team. It's not just mine. It's not ours. And some people push back and say, you're just a fan. It's not your team. You're not paying the bills. Listen, I buy tickets. I do merch, or I buy merch. Look at this. Look at this setup. Look at this YouTube thing that I've built, and the Facebook and the X. I'm a part of this team. And this fan base, you want a fan base that feels like this is part of your team. It's your team. It's your team that you're cheering for, and we care. We absolutely care. So I'm going to say, yes, we, right? And so, but the way that the Boeser contract was handled, I think, was a massive failure in this way. If you want to move on from Brock, he's asking for too much money. That's one thing. That's fine. But you should have moved him at the trade deadline. Now, our GM, Patrick Alvine, said that if you would have seen the offers they got for Brock Boeser at the deadline, that we would have run him out of town for the deal. So, like, were we getting a 3rd round pick, a 5th round pick? What were we getting? They decided that it was better to see if we could make the playoffs. Yes, that's what I said, the playoffs, with Brock, with the team that they had, and we were getting close. It's just that we didn't have enough in the tank. We didn't have enough in the tank. So they decided to keep him. That's the hard part. It's like, if you know these contract conversations are not going well, you got to be able to move them. So I think that's where it was a massive failure. But I also believe that it could be a wise move as well. A wise move as well. So let's talk about that wise move part. Now, you have heard all the rumors, and this is what I've heard. I don't know if this is actual reporting or just rumor, but everyone's been saying that the Canucks had offered Brock $8 million a year times 5 years. 5 years. And Brock declined it. Brock declined it because he says, I'm going to get more on the free agency market, which he probably will. What he wanted from Vancouver, from what it was said, was $8 million a year times 7 years. So that's a two extra years. That's $16 million in salary. And the Canucks management were sitting there and they were going, you know what? We're okay with the 5 years. We think you're going to have 5 years of production. It's 6 and 7 year that they're not okay with. So I made this tweet, and I want to show it to you, okay? That I sent today, because I have been all over social media, and the amount of Canuck fans that are so mad. And before we go to the tweet, I just wanted to tell you why they're mad. It's like they were okay that the management did this, but now that we've lost out on a whole bunch of other players, that now they're sitting there going, you know what? We're going to come away with nothing, and we had Brock Boeser. Why didn't you just offer Brock this contract and just call it a day? You're really going to walk into this next season with trading JT Miller, letting Brock walk, potentially letting Pia Suter walk for nothing? Like, this is just bad management. And maybe they're right. Maybe they're right. But the story's not written, is not over yet. So I want to just kind of like say, I get it. So now what they're doing is the frustration's now circled back, and they're mad at the organization. At least we could have had Brock. Why can't we do it? And now we're trying to circle around. And the hate, I shouldn't say hate, the negativity is now growing and growing. It's like, we're not going to do anything. I didn't think the Vancouver Canucks were going to do much of anything at the free agency. I thought there was going to be at least a significant trade, and then from there, maybe they had some cap space and could do some free agency pieces. If you saw my last video, I literally posted it yesterday. I said my big bold take, because everyone's off the board. We're talking Bennett, Duchesne, Brock Nelson. There's others, right? There's others that are off the board at the center position. And we're down to the two best options at the center position. What everyone's looking for a second line center is Michael Granlund from Dallas or Pia Suter. That's part of our thing. And the Canucks don't want to pay that kind of money for him, even though he's been productive. And I'm okay with bringing him back. It just depends on what. I'm telling you right now, teams are going to overpay to try to get help in these positions. Look at the contracts that are happening right now. They're absolutely like insane, the term or the money that's going out. And it's crazy. So now the cap's gone up. And now they're sitting there and they're like, teams are looking at and going, we can spend. And I feel like teams are going to spend foolishly. Now, you're going to say, well, it's only this part of the cap. It's not so bad. It's like some of those contracts, like Brad Marchand signing as a 37-year-old for 6 seasons. And I heard someone say, oh, well, they'll just buy him out after year 3. It's like, really? Like, you can afford to do that? I mean, how many cups can they win? Like that's maybe they'll win a couple more cups and it's worth it. I don't know. But some of these deals, like the Frederick for the Edmonton Oilers, wow, that's a long contract. You know, it's like they're trying to circumvent the system and cheat the cap salary stuff by just extending it and trying to figure it out later. What I like about the Vancouver Canucks on this stand is that they're like, that's just bad business for us. We'd rather lose him now than that. Now, you can disagree with that. You can totally disagree with that. Now, let me just bring this up, okay? There's a couple things I want to talk about. This is the one that kind of spurred on this video for me, okay? So here's my tweet that I gave 12 hours ago, okay? So it's only got 134 people who've seen it. This is crazy. But I said people upset about Boeser leaving is a bit of overreaction theater. Yes, he's a great person, a great teammate, a talented hockey player, but sports is a business. It's a business, everyone. And so we just got to remember that, okay? We got to remember that. $8 million times 7 years is too long. He's already not a fast skater. What's he going to be like in those last 2 years? 2 seasons ago, he scored 40 goals. This season, only 25. His next highest goal scoring year was 29 in 2017, 2018. He struggled with injuries for a good portion of his career. I love Brock, but the only part of this decision I hate is that he's walking for free. Should have traded him at the deadline. I think that's a very, very fair statement. By the way, if you haven't been following me on X or Twitter, as people like to do it, please do. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, of course. Like the one I posted 3 hours ago, I said, at this point, Canuck fans, what are your realistic expectations? Canucks have little money and there are very few options available. I'm not sure what we are realistically expecting the Canucks management to do. Post your hopes in the comments. I've had 3 comments, which is great. If you would like to comment on that one as well, let me know. Let me know, everyone, okay? So the last thing I want to show you is this one about Brock, because everyone's like, he's amazing. He's a 40-goal scorer. Now, I did post it there in the tweet, but I want to show you firsthand, okay? So just making sure this comes up properly. I want it to be there so you can see it a little better, okay? So hanging out at hockeyreference.com and bringing up Brock Boeser. Look at Brock's production, okay? Now, first thing that you need to notice now we won't count year 1, but year 1 is technically considered his rookie year. He made the All-Star game, okay? He had 29 goals, 26 assists, and 55 games. He was on fire. He only played 62 games. That is one of the best seasons that he still has played. He literally has played. The next year, he had only played 69 games. He digressed by goals by 3, so he played 7 more games, had 3 less goals and 4 more assists, 1 point extra. Okay. Now you can say, well, he's not just a scorer and all those things, but like the shots on, he had 209 shots on goal. Everyone, he broke, like that was his career high, and it still is his career high. 209 shots. Okay. We know he's got an awesome wrist shot. Comparable to Marcus Naslin's wrist shot. Love the 9 years that Brock Boeser's played for us. But then you look at the hits, you look at the blocks, you look at the takeaways. It's okay. Well, let's go to the next year. 57 games only played. Now, was that the lockout year? It might have been. 16 goals, 29 assists, 45 points. Next year, 56 games only. 23 goals, 26 assists, 49 points. Now, before anyone loses their mind, and let me just go back to here just for a second. We give him a lot of grace because he had a major injury. Also, what was going on with his dad was really difficult, and I love that the Canucks stuck with him. That they had compassion and grace towards him because he was walking through very difficult times, the passing of his father. So not all of these things I'm sitting here going, see, there's also things that we do. Players get injured. Players have to play through things. We understand that. Okay, so I'm going to go back to here and keep going. Then you see, so we're at 26 or 49. So 49. Then he played 71 games. Guys, 71 games, only had 23 goals, 23 assists, 46 points. Go to the next year, 74 games, 3 more games played. That's a good chunk of a season. 74, only had 18 goals, so you digressed by 5 goals. But he had the best of his career, 37 assists, end up being 55-point guy. Minus 20, okay. I'm not a huge plus-minus guy, but look at minus 20, minus 23, or plus 23, minus 25. You can tell the year we made the playoffs, eh? But 81 games, he makes the All-Star team in 23-24, 40 goals, 33 assists, 73 points. That's awesome. Incredible year, right? Had highs and almost everything. And it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And then this year, bunch of less games, 15 less goals, everyone. Only 25 assists, 50 points. Listen, everyone keeps saying he's a 30-goal scorer. No, he's not. Yes, that 40-goal year counts, but if healthy, He's around the 30-goal mark, but he averages less than 30 goals a year. But look how much time he's missed every single year. So the Canucks are looking at all this stuff, right? They love him as a teammate. They love him as a player. And they're just sitting here looking at these stats. And it's like, do we really want to give this guy 8 million times, you know what I mean? 8 million times 7 years? What if he has another year like this year where he's literally scoring us 50 points? Again, if you look back at this again, just real quick, okay? Real quick. Look at just the points alone. So 55, 56, 45, 49, 46, 55, then his 73, great, his best year. Everything went well for him, right? And then 50. He's a 50-point player. And the reason why I bring this up is not because I don't like Brock, and some people, you see the girls, they're always posting, oh, Brock, he's so cute. I love his hair. Yeah, he's got beautiful hair. I don't care. What I care is that he's a good hockey player, right? So think about this for a moment when it comes to Brock Boeser, just for him. Everyone's upset. Not everyone. A good number of people are upset that Garland's going to get $6 million times 6 years. Like, if you're going to do that, why don't you go pay Brock Boeser? It's like, because literally in 4 years, everyone, Garland. Did I say Granlund before? Garland is a 50-point guy. And that's what Brock Boeser is, honestly. He can't stay healthy enough, and he averages around 50 points a game. He's under 30 goals a season except for his career year. And they're saying, well, if healthy, if everything goes his way, he's a 40-point goal guy. Yes, absolutely. But who's he playing with? Because when he scored 40, he was playing with JT Miller. Then the next year with the rift and all the issues, and JT missed 10 games. And then you got the whole Pedersen injury and the whole thing. And like the whole team didn't look, they were out of sync. What if you pay him $8 million? So he gets a raise from $6.65 million to $8 million, and he still scores you 25 goals. He still gets you 50 points. Let's just say he averages 30 goals. Is 30 goals worth $8 million? It might be with the new cap space. I don't know. Listen, there's 281 people watching this stream right now. I'm so thankful. I know this is hard for some of you to hear. I have 73 plus comments in the chat. I want to dive into them, and I know it's hard for some of you to hear, but hit that like and subscribe, everyone. Tomorrow, just a reminder, I should have done this right at the beginning. I'm mad at myself. Tomorrow, I'm doing a 3-hour live stream, 10 a.m. July 1st, okay? Canada Day. I'm doing a 3-hour live stream, everyone. 3 hours. I am so excited to do this. I have some special guests joining me. I've got the line change there. Canucks Uncensored's joining me. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. So I want to encourage you to come join me 10 a.m. till 1 p.m. Pacific time. And I'd love to connect with you. And we're going to talk about everything that's going on in free agency. We're also going to talk about who the Canucks signed. We're also going to talk about if the Canucks sign anyone, or if, who Brock Boeser ends up going to, all that kind of stuff. We're going to talk about it all tomorrow. But right now, we're just talking about the Brock Boeser conversation. 300 people in this stream right now. It's so awesome. So glad that you're here. But it's not about the numbers. It's about you. You right there. Thank you for watching this and being a part of it. I want to dive into the comments. I got over 80 people in here. And I'm going to start with one of my friends, another YouTuber, Nothing is Perfect. Russ, welcome. Thank you for being a member for 7 months. If Brock wants to play in Vancouver, he should take a huge discount like all the Stanley Cup champion Panthers did. If he wants $8 million per year, buy. And that's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. Okay? So we're going to dive into all the comments. And we're going to get into it, okay? So Chris is here, says, no one will want to sign because of the Hughes situation. It's possible. It's possible. But if other teams aren't knocking on your door and Vancouver's the only one doing it, you'll want to get paid. So, I mean, you want to feed the family. You want to, make generational wealth. Like that's the thing, right? I guess generational wealth is subjective, right? Subjective now. Oops. Sorry. No, my bad. So I don't think no one will sign because of the Hughes situation. I don't think that's the case, but I think some will. Some will. Some want to play here. Evander Kane had us as his number one guy, right? Rod says, I hope Brock does well wherever he goes. I agree. Calvin says, just let him walk already. The guy doesn't hit. And I hear Edmonton wants him. Let's get, yeah. So here's the thing. First of all, he does hit. He's great on the boards. The puck battles on the boards. Nobody talks about Brock. He's way more physical. Is he a Zadorov hitter? No. He can't hit like Joshua does or, Sherwood. Okay, he's not like that. That's not his game. You want him on the power play and doing that stuff, but he is physical. He is walking. They are literally doing everything they can to let him walk. So, Stuart Baker's here. Good to see you. Canuck Tony, not a chance. 8 times 8 is a good deal. Wow. I disagree with that. But you are allowed. Canuck Tony, you are allowed to do that. Jovind, how are you? Canucks management are horrible, just like the ownership. Okay. There's a lot of people that believe that. Canuck Tony says, I love Brock, but seriously, couldn't get anything for him at $5 million less than a couple seasons ago. One-dimensional player. I'd actually take Kane over Brock. Are you talking about Evander Kane or Patrick Kane? Joel says, I like Brock, but he will get more elsewhere. I agree. I like that the Canucks have limits these days after so many crap contracts in the past. Exactly. I think a lot of people would really agree with that statement. Yeah, probably same is probably true of Suter. He's going to make a lot of money. Maybe we do that. Yeah, there's a lot of people that have his jersey. And if he gets traded, I'm buying his jersey. If Van Base is going to be like, we're blowing out his jersey for $100, I'm buying one, everyone. I'm absolutely buying one. Just had career year, probably falls off. Yeah, we talked about that. Dell is in the building in a way, 8 million times 8 years or 8 times 5 should be no different for this management group. The way Aquilini recycles management, this management group won't be around. I just don't think they can win with Brock. So if they can't win with Brock, then you don't want to do that. So Jay Peter says, what about 7 million at 6 years? He wants 8. He wants 8. So, and he's going to get it, guys. He's probably going to, he can only get 8 years with Vancouver, but he's probably going to get 8 million times 7 or 8.5 times 7 with someone else. Joel says he will get more. The league is going through inflation. I mean, cap issues. Exactly. That wouldn't be ethical, but yeah. Green says buy Brock, right? No idea why they're going for Byram. We need a freaking second line center. You know what? It's just rumor. I don't think they're actually going for Byram, but we'll see. And you're right. No emotions in sports. It's a business. Thanks, Brock. But see ya. Yeah, and we loved you. You've done great here. We loved having you, but you just want more than we can afford. That's just end of the day. Do we want you to stay? Sure. Maybe they know that Quinn is leaving. Maybe they're creating cap space so that they can offer Quinn Hughes $14 million a year. That's crazy, right? Murray from New Zealand says, I would take Coots over Brock. Well, it's not that. Yeah, that wasn't the decision, but I understand. And I'm glad you're excited about our draft pick. Sign and trade Brock for Podkolzin. No, come on. I know it's a joke. Like your players, but don't love them. Okay. Let Edmonton live with Brock for 8 years. Edmonton can't afford Brock, I don't think. After signing Bouchard to $10.5 million for the next 4 years, you think they're going to go get Brock for 8? Maybe they can. I don't know. Bring on July 1st, but sadly, we're going to be quiet besides Granlund. And reports are saying Granlund's going to might sign back with Dallas. I think he should wait till tomorrow. Yeah, I don't think they can. Dylan, you're right. I don't think how they can afford him. Yeah, he's going to slow down, right? Canuck Tony? Absolutely. There is a lineup already at Granlund's door. It doesn't look like Vancouver's in that top of that lineup, but I think they're going to reach out. Actually, you know what? The latest reports that I saw was that the Canucks are not interested in Granlund. That's the wild part. July 1st, Canucks will sign Malhotra and the Sedin, so that'd be nice. In their prime, I'd honestly pass on Granlund midseason trade. Yeah, that's possible too. We'll talk about that later on in the summer. Granlund, we cannot can we please not either improve or play a young guy? These old guys are not the answer. If they're trying to make the playoffs, experience helps in my opinion, but I appreciate what you're saying. Michael says they could revive the sea of Granlunds. There's really it's literally at center. It's Granlund available now and P.S. Suter. That's it. Anything more than a fourth for Brock is gross overpayment and will age badly. A fourth year. Well, the Canucks offered him fifth, but Dylan, I would too. Honestly, at this point, we are not competing with Granlund as our second line center. Yeah, we have no money left, man. Andrew, good to see you. I'm doing well. Good to have you here. Dylan, there's so many teams after a center. I guarantee a ton of teams want them. Yep. I love it that Russell's here. I already did one from him. Our dead cap will hamstring us for years. That's true. The OEL thing has affected us for sure. I'd hate to see Hronek go, but looks like our best chip for second line center. That's possible. Angela, I like this one a lot. Kyrou, perfected, replaced. Yeah, I would love to get Kyrou. I love that guy. I think he's really good. Yeah, way to go, OEL. Tyler's in the building. Boeser sure slowed down since breaking his back. Yeah, I mean, and rightly so, right? Jack's here. He says, bro, if we get Granlund, we're chilling. If we miss on him, then we're screwed. And really the expectation is what is the expectation? They say 30 because of his pace, but he always missed games. Yeah, he's a 30 goal scorer if he's healthy. That's he should be his baseline, but he's only played one full season, missed just one game, and he scored 40. So yeah, that's right. Every season he had a mulligan for some reason. Exactly. Soul Search is in the building. Good to see you. Meeting Salo number 6 record. What does that mean? I'm not sure. Grogu says tank this year and go for McKenna. I agree with him. Oh, then you mean you want to lose Quinn Hughes? So I think that's what tanking means. Maybe you've already believed that Hughes is not coming back. I think he's coming back. Just trying to keep with the latest. I love waiting. Okay. Clearly, RevTrev is jealous of Brock's. Oh, you know what? I wouldn't say I'm jealous of it, but it does look nice, don't you think? They need to trade or wait for a season trade. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah, who isn't jealous of his hair? Trevor P, welcome. Happy Elias Pettersson, no movement clause has kicked in time. I know. My worst. Well, if he doesn't bounce back, it's my worst nightmare. If he bounces back, then I'm cool with it. Hope he does. Don't forget Brock is playing with JT up until this year. JT drove the line, not Brock. He's a supporter player, not a driver. I agree with that statement. He also gets a lot of power play goals too. DeBrusk or Kane will replace. That's the other thing. Brock's going to go to a team that's going to have a good centerman. He doesn't have to drive the play. And we've seen if he's driving the play, what happens. I don't have no, listen, guys. I've got hair, okay? It's starting to go on me a little bit here. I need to get a haircut, but that's awesome. Garland at 6x6 is not a contract I'm stoked about either. We're supposed to be trying to improve, not staying status quo. We need legitimate high-end top 6. Either get it or just stay the course and play youth. Yeah. Canuck Tony says Brock is way overrated and he's actually my favorite player. So yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I started the show early because I want to go. I've got literally 3 hours to do tomorrow. I'm looking forward. Garland's trade value never be higher. Yes, you talked about that last one. You're right. 6 years. 6 years. You mean 6 million times 6 years? Do you think that Brock Boeser's heading to New York? He might. He might. Henny says keep Sheelaws. We'll talk about that tomorrow, but that means you got to get rid of Demko or Lankinen. So you have to choose one of those two to move. Let me know who you think. But Andrew says definitely trade Demko. Looks like we're re-signing him tomorrow. We'll see. If you guys don't have Boeser, got to go with the Abby guys. I know. It might be Abby to the rescue. Trade DeBrusk, keep P.S. Suter. Oh, I don't know about that one. It's an interesting take. I'll have to think about that more. I'm fine with Boeser not being a Canucks player, but it's frustrating how he wasn't traded during the trade deadline. I agree. Dylan says, well, I do agree Brock is asking too much. I disagree calling him a 50-point player. He averaged 0.80 points per game as a Canuck. He could very well be and will be a 30-goal guy. Too slow, one-dimensional. Listen, Dylan, you are 100% right and also 100% wrong. I'll tell you why. You're right. What you just wrote, totally right. But guess what? He doesn't do it. He doesn't do it because he always is struggling with some kind of injury, and it is what it is. So when the stats end at the end of the year, it's a 50-point guy who's averaging under 30 goals a year. When you think about it, he scored 40 goals in that 1 year, and then he's the next highest he scored is 29. He's never cracked 30 twice. So I would say I agree and disagree with you. Michael says with EP40 healthy, Demko healthy, Solid D, and Abby Crude doing well, I'm almost tempted to say that they should just roll with what they have and say they might not even have a choice, Michael. I think that's exactly what they're going to do. I'm going to make content about that too. July 1st, bro. Yeah, July 1st. Did I say July or June? I can't wait. Again, I trade Demon, to be honest. What Demon? Okay, let's just go back here. Just again, a reminder, I'm doing a 3-hour live stream tomorrow, 10 a.m., July 1st. Please join me. I have 440 people in the stream right now. Don't know if you have time to join me, but please do. And if you don't have time, please join me later. Watch it later. You can watch it on YouTube. This is the glorious thing that you can do. It's incredible. It's incredible. This technology is amazing now, right? So, only high motor hockey players in Vancouver from now on until Kingdom Come. Yeah, Callum, looks like they're trying to do the Florida Panther way of having high motor players. Green says Morgan Geekie is a huge center, 26, and has scored more in a season than Garland has ever. And he just signed today for less. Yeah, I'm with you. Tons of teams overpay their players. Dell, will you have time tomorrow to discuss the MJ debacle? Grogu wants answers. Yeah, I might be able to answer that tomorrow. 3 hours, probably. There'll be some lulls. If you're in the stream and you bring it up, I'll talk about it. Back to Minnie or Broadway? Yeah, a lot of people think he's going to Minnesota. I don't think he is. New York, I can see him going there. I can see that Brock Boeser will go to Toronto. That's my prediction. I hope Brock cashes out. Besides Edmonton, they can't afford him anyways. Brock deserves the money. I'm glad he's a top free agent. He's got plenty of teams to choose from. I'm just glad it's not us. There you go. Yeah, some additional help would be helpful. Jack says the whole no one wants to come to Vancouver is kind of BS. I agree. Canucks didn't even have a chance at these guys signed before free agency. Yeah, I just don't believe in that nobody wants to come here. I know some guys won't want to come here, but I get it. Let's keep going down. If he wasn't injured, the Oilers could have been in the finals. Who are we talking about here? Sorry, I'm missing there. Green was wondering how Vegas was going to fit Marner in, and then bam, Pietrangelo stepping away from hockey. I know. They always get the breaks, and that's not a break. Like, I'm sad for Pietrangelo, but frustrating. Murray Reed says some of the signings and amounts are going to age well with some teams, but not all teams. Brock Boeser does indeed hit. I saw him do it once. Tyler, yeah, I'm looking forward to having you on tomorrow. Wondering if you can jump on the stream 15 minutes earlier than I had originally planned. Let me know, DM me, but that would be great. Looking forward to connecting with you. Green says I wouldn't even give Brock 8 times 8 in a non-tax state. No rush for the Canucks to fill vacancies. Someone will shake loose during the season, and hockey trades are only hope to sustainably improving next season. I agree. Don't overpay tomorrow. Some of the signings and amounts are not going to age well. I agree. Boeser was worth 8 if we kept Miller, but now we have to sleep in the bed. Yeah, I know. It's frustrating. Jack says Evander Kane will probably outscore Brock next year. Maybe not, but Kane will get power play time, which he did in Edmonton. Brock had a ton of power play goals at the net. JT drives the bus except this year. Okay, White Owl says if Bouchard can get $10.5 million, Boeser probably wants more now. No. That's awesome. I love it. It'd be awesome if Kane had his career best here. That'd be awesome. Sign and trade, then we could actually recoup some assets. That would have been great. Yeah, that would be great. But no one wants to do that. Ryan says Canucks are secretly tanking. They'll be sellers at the deadline. It is currently a weak goalie market in the league. Yeah, man. I don't think they're tanking. I think they're going to try to make the playoffs. I know it sounds crazy. This management team has made a mess of this team. I think they're trying their best with the mess that they have. Bouchard contract is laughable. There's always a greater risk of injury with Boeser. His durability is an issue. Rome, you're right. That's why they're not going long-term with them. Canucks are the living definition of dying on your feet instead of living on your knees when it comes to the whole rebuild thing. Yeah. I'm not a rebuild it, burn it to the ground kind of guy, but there's ways you can retool, but they haven't done it well. Rome says, I can't believe Oilers signed Bouchard to that contract. Me too. Dan is here, and he says, not only the Panthers in Vegas can afford everyone, hook or crook. I know, it's frustrating. Gravely, good to see you. Someone will pay Boeser 8.5 times 3, and he'll take it. No, I think he's going to get more than that, but maybe you're right. We'll see tomorrow. I'll be betting against Edmonton next year, but if they sign Boeser, that's a pretty good deal for them. Could push them over the top. Yep, good. Nothing can push Edmonton over the top, Green says. Whoa. Yes, Jim Benning did not do well for us. He did a couple things really well, but not everything. What do you think of getting McKenna and trading Quinn Hughes for? Yeah, I agree. If he's going to walk, then do it. But I don't want to do that. I do not want to trade Quinn no matter what, but if he's going to walk, you have to. I've heard teams offering 9 times 6 for Brock. Yeah, I'm not signing that. Yeah, but if they do, that would be great. Edmonton needs a AAA starting goaltender, so Skinner can be a backup like he should be. If they can do that, sky's the limit. Yes, go out and get Cairo, although it's looking bleak. Yeah, it's not going to happen. By the way, I like that you made that video on that. I feel like we're bringing up lots of Abbey players. I agree. Jack says, Ryan, we don't have to trade him to New Jersey. If he's gone, send him elsewhere. Gravely says, 10.5 for a non-defending defender is way too much. Fans rather have a haul for Quinn Hughes and have McKenna with the chance of Bedard coming home to play this cousin. Listen, Ryan, in theory, this sounds great. Just because we tank doesn't mean we're going to get McKenna. That's not possible, right? It's not possible to just not possible. It's possible, but it's slim. The chances are slim. So this idea that the Canucks, if they tank, they're going to get him, does not mean they're going to get him. So. Didn't like hearing Dollywall mention that the Canucks don't have a chance at getting Granlund. Yeah, I know. It sucks. Reverend Trevor, it's time to preach the good word according to the book of McKenna. No. I mean, honestly, you're gambling. We're gonna tank this year. And hopefully win the lottery. Like, we're not going to come dead last, everyone. There's teams still worse than this team out there. So you're hoping that we win the draft lottery. That's not a good way to do it either. Boeser is a good player in his own ways. He needs someone to set him up. Yep, I agree. Imagine him playing with, oh man, if he plays with McDavid or Draisaitl, it's going to be crazy. To get Granlund, I think Canucks would have to overpay to have a chance. Yep. I'd rather overpay for Granlund than Suter. I agree. Peter wants us to trade Demko. Rome says Canucks may be a force to develop from within to fill that 2C. That is looking very, very possible. Not sold on Hedl to play the whole season. I get it. I'd offer Granlund $7 million, take it or leave it. I don't think we even have $7 million to offer him. We have to trade someone out to do that. I heard that the Carolina GM offered a first-round pick for Boeser. Sounded like Elvin wanted a player in return, not a draft pick. Wow. Hindsight 2020, eh? But in all fairness, we would have just taken that first-round pick and traded it. So Granlund's not the answer. Yeah, there's been a lack of trades overall. Yeah, man, it's going to be fun tomorrow. It's going to be fun. Yeah, McDavid could get him over the 40 goal for sure. I don't think he's going to Edmonton, everyone. They don't have enough cap space, I don't think. Minnesota getting Tarasenko probably rules out Boeser for them. I agree. I would love this. Sign and trade involving Brock and Cooley. You and I, Green, would be thrilled about that. 100%. Brock goes to Edmonton. We kind of traded Kane for Brock and a fourth. I hear you. They just need to trade Brock's light so he doesn't walk for free. That'd be nice. 15 minutes earlier works for you. Okay, cool. Okay, Canucks Sun Center, they're joining us tomorrow. Some teams will be up against cap. We'll be able to make trades with them. Yeah, that's a good point. Connor is in the building. Good to see you. In a way, I don't think so. Boeser just can't be trusted to have consistency in his early performances or in his yearly performances, my bad. I wish we had the Bash brothers. Yeah, no, that'd be nice. Yeah, he's a change of scenery might really help him. And then if he goes somewhere and has great success, everyone's going to say, see, I told you. I told you. It's like, okay. He wasn't going to do that in Vancouver with no center to play with. Like, let's just be honest, right? There's 477 people in here. Callum, you asked me, why do I start early? For this reason right here. White Owl thinks that Brock will either end up with the Oilers, Jets, or Toronto. I think he'll end up with Toronto. I still think Kane's signing is insanity. Really? Oh, if you're talking about the character issues, I understand. Production issues, I don't understand that. It's a 1-year deal for $5 million. We got to grab someone. So Boeser is worth $4 million times 3. No way. Lefty, come on. Come on. Raymond, any chance for William Karlsson from Vegas? That I don't know. I haven't heard any of those rumors. I'd like him. The media circus is he'll be to Hollywood North. Okay. Boeser to the Islanders, that's possible. Yeah, he was good during the playoffs. Absolutely. Now that Marner's there, he won't do that. Ryan is here. Boeser is off to the Oilers. I keep it. No. Well, it might be. We'll find out tomorrow. He might take less and go to the Edmonton Oilers, everyone. Yeah, exactly. Knowing our luck, we won't win the lottery. Yeah, I know. Canuck fans, we're obsessed with your boy, Bedard. We want him to come here, but it is what it is. Okay. Last few comments, and I got to go. Callum says, we don't want Granlund. We can do better. I don't know if we can. But if we can, then let's do it. She loves as a trade chip, get us a winger, not a center. We need a center. Adam Foote Hockey, trade all the forwards, dress 18D. That's awesome. Michael says, even if they only get draft picks for She Loves, they can always return that for something else later. True. But you probably going to get a 4th round pick for him at this stage. I don't even think you get a 3rd round for him. Put Mancini in at second line center. Buffalo. Only if Granlund wasn't a UFA, I could have seen us snagging him from Dallas, as they are right at the cap. Yeah, man, Jason Robertson would be awesome to pick up. SK93, what's your prediction for the Canucks free agent signings tomorrow? Mine was we're going to get Granlund, but now all the reports are saying that's not happening. He's not even on the thing. They're trying to get back to P.S. Suter. I don't know what we're going to do now tomorrow, honestly. I don't know. Just a reminder, everyone, if you haven't been here through this whole thing, 3-hour live stream tomorrow, 10 a.m. Join me here. This is going to be great. It's going to be great. Looking forward to connecting with you tomorrow there. Okay. Isles going to tank this year. No Boeser contract incoming. I agree. Okay. Canucks got Zadorov for a 5th and a 3rd. Who knows what can happen when the Stars line? That's a good point. Will is in the middle, and Will Webster. Demko, a pick, and a winger to Chicago for Bedard. They wouldn't do that. But I would do that. Looking, it will be Suter if they can move money out. It just doesn't get me fired up. Jordan says, keep She Loves and dump either Demko or Lankinen. That's possible. We'll see. Looks like they're extending him. So, yeah, there's possibility there might not be anything that happens for the Canucks, but we are going to be live. I'm going to be talking about the whole league. We're going to be talking about the Canucks lines. We're going to be talking about how the Canucks can have some success. I'm excited to have line change, Tyler from line change. I think Jordan and Winton are going to be here for Canucks Uncensored, or maybe just one of them. It's going to be great. I did see the preseason schedules out now. Yep. If the Canucks stand pat, are they a playoff team? I'm gonna look. I'm gonna see what the rest of the West looks like. Our Pacific Division, we'll see. But Green says no. Okay. Demko will be worth more in a trade with a contract in place. Yeah, good point, Will. All right, everyone, I'm going to call it a night. Thank you so much for being here. We've been on for 50 minutes. We've had 481 people here, and I'm excited about tomorrow to do the Candid 3-hour live stream. Please join us tomorrow. Join us, join me, join the stream tomorrow. That would be great. And thanks so much. Tomorrow's going to be an interesting day. Today was fireworks. We're going to talk about all that tomorrow. Have a good day. Of course, always, we're going to share this team on Go Canucks Go.